What's up guys, it's Shah Alam and today we're going to check out Dian 2 residency in Shah Alam. Let's go! Hey guys, it's a different flavor today as we are in a different region. It's been a while since we last came to Shah Alam. And today we are going to check out this new Balinese team development, and we are now in between Aeon Mall and MSU Medical Center, so you can see that it's really busy right now. But we're going to check out the sales gallery first. Let's go. First of all, let's get our location right. This will be NKVE, then this will be Jalan Montfort, connecting into Elite Highway on this side, and it's actually at the intersection of it. So from aerial view, it looks like this will be giant hypermarket, office tower, and the stadium of Shah Alam. You have also several universities such as the MSU and PTPL. So it's pretty vibrant around the commercials, and this is a street away. However, what you can see here now that this is like undiscovered land still. Then a junction away, this will be Glenmarie, where you have all the shop offices, KDU, UOW universities around inside, and you have all the main warehouses and factories. And what's more exciting is the brand new LRT station that is coming up pretty close. Well, if that is helpful to you lah, right? Project in total of 762 service apartments. It's a combination of rumah mampu milik and open market. And that's where it gets interesting, because of the pricing of the open market can be blurred within the rumah mampu milik range. It's so exciting, meaning like I don't have to actually qualify for the privilege to own one, where the normal unit can already be at that same price. That's cool. Then first observation, you can see that this will be the residential tower and this will be the car park facilities. There's actually lower ground and it's actually an open cut, so it reduces the need of mechanical support, again bringing down the cost. And because of the topography that allows multiple entry into the car park itself, so let's say you go in ground floor here, LG1 will be this side, LG2, LG3. Within the car park itself, there will also be this thing called a speed ramp, where you can straight go from ground floor to level 2. Ultimately, it just saves the traveling time from ground floor to your dedicated car park space. Then coming into the development, you can immediately see the themings of the entire buildings. And this is one of the strengths of this particular developer. What's unique is also the entry into the drop-off space itself, where it's somewhat like a tunnel effect. We will look at the perspectives later, but what's their selling point now will be this facilities deck. And facilities deck has always been the area where a particular developer will express their design team philosophy, and it's to differentiate between buildings as well, because ultimately the residential tower is driven by efficiency and numbers. So compared to your conventional lap pools that are all linear lines, this is designed in a way where it's more resort-like, where you have all organic lines across the facilities, and there will be one central spine when you come out from the residential tower going in. The perspective will be amazing when you're facing this roof line of the gym structure. Okay, so it's elevated upwards at the corner. It's going to be very, very exciting. Then at the perimeters, we'll still have normal facilities such as the barbecue area, sitting lounge, meeting rooms. So this will be the plan for the facilities deck, and this is what I meant when you come out from the lift, straight from the lobby itself. This will be a circulation pathway that is designed for you to have the perspective to enjoy the roof line and to experience the Balinese concept. Then you have the supporting facilities around, where you have half a basketball court here, ping pong tables here. So when you come in through the guardhouse, there will be these pavers, right? So this side will be residents going into the car park, and this will be the drop off for the residents itself. Because there's a opportunity for them to demonstrate their concept. You have water flowing through, and you have a sitting area as well for residents to just wait. Then this will be the drop-off area. You have the transparent partition on a double height ceiling, and this will be the exact view that you will get whenever a car just drop off. So there will be a security checkpoint here before you go into your lift lobby. And if you have followed the channel long enough, you will notice this is pretty similar to Tuan Residence as well as Legacy, because it's the same developer. designed so there will be 7 floors where this part of the floor plate is actually the car park space, and this will be the topology above the facilities deck. In total, there will be 25 units sharing 5 passenger lift, 1 service lift. And it's pretty obvious that it's done in a way where it's very efficient, double loaded corridors, and you have voids in between them. And most of them are actually type Bs, which is exactly the unit that we're going to check out today. So when you come right into the unit from the foyer, it seems like it's elongated. So here you will have the dining, the living space. Then you have the access to bedroom 1 here in the front that shares the facade line. So this will be the principal bedroom. Kitchen will be tucked at the side, and all of this will be connected to the void. So coming into the unit, this will be the foyer. Before we get into the space, you can see that is the dining and the living to the facade line, which is the balcony. Then the rooms will be all this side. Tucked at the side will be the kitchen space. And coming into the kitchen itself, it's a linear form of arrangement for all your things, where you will have your fridge here, your hood and hob, your basin, along with your workspace, as well as your washing machine. However, there's a lot of limitation for this current show unit. As always, whenever we have a show unit within an existing commercial block, it's always constrained by the existing structural system, where this is actually an opening, but because this is a structural element for the existing building, so you can't display that. It really needs a lot of communication between you and the salesperson itself, so please do check. There will be floor tiles along with a sliding door as the opening to the kitchen. I like this saves a lot of space. Then one thing that I checked again and again is the laminated floorings for the entire stretch of space, which is pretty rare. And coming into the space, the ceiling height will be around 2.95 meters. The selling price for this unit is around 430,000. And coming all the way through, you will have a balcony here. And because of the elongated topology, right, you have separate entrance for the bedroom. So one this side to the principal, that side to the secondary bedroom. Okay, so let's check out the principal bedroom. First, you will have your own principal bathroom along with your bedroom. In comparison to other spaces, this principal bathroom seems very spacious. Where you have the full height wall tiles, you have the shower, you don't have the mirror, and you have the window that connects out to the void itself. Then going into the bedroom, this is it. Why like that? So this column does not exist in the real unit itself, so that's the limitation again. However, if you look into the floor plan itself, every bedroom is able to put in a queen size bed. So that's a very good gauge on the size of the room. But here, after putting in a queen size bed, you still have sufficient circulation space, which is nice. And do pay attention to the window profiles. Moving on, this will be the common bathroom for the guest and the user of these 2 bedrooms. Full height wall tiles, rather simple with a shower area. On this side, this will be bedroom 2, timber flooring, and you can put in a queen size bed to the window. That will be the window. And going opposite, this will be the other room. And that's pretty much the unit itself. It's rather direct. This is more of a vertical form of layout because they want to push in more units per floor plate so they can push down the price further. And something about this location itself, so this is a junction away from the main commercial hub of Shah Alam itself. And let's go check them out. Right, let's go to the site. First stop, we are right in front of the sales gallery, which is in front of Menara U2. This is in between the MSU Medical Center and the Aeon Mall of Shah Alam. It's pretty packed because this seems like one of the very vibrant commercial centre around the area. The roads are busy, there are just a lot of people right now. But based on my guesstimation, it's the working crowd for all the officers around here as well as students from the MSU. This brings up a very good comparison between apartment typologies. Here you have the mixed development type where the front portion of the building is actually open for public because of the commercial lots. But in Dian too, it's not, so it's a bit more private. Everyone needs to go through the guardhouse, so at least as a checkpoint for security purposes. We are right in front of Giant Hypermarket, and this is a massive one. And if you look into the drone shots around, right, it's rather empty, but most of the empty lands are actually dedicated as car park for a lot of different functions. One is for this, the hypermarket. One is for the stadium. I guess whenever there's a football match, I think this will be packed, but I'm not too sure about the condition of the stadium. Well, that's another whole different story lah. In a turn away, there will be a commercial center where it's packed because it's a Friday today. So our Malay friends will go prayers and whatsoever. That's why it's really Rio Rendah. You can really feel the atmosphere of people there. Yeah, so here you have some hotels, you have apartments, then you have an office tower there. Town planning wise, rather odd, but one main observation, the road sizes are massive. Now we are right in front of the site itself, and you can see in the surrounding, it's really low density. There's nothing much going on. And most of them are like apartment buildings. Then you have Montfort Boys School here, you have the Polytechnic School here. But then if you look into the traffic, it's really heavy from Subang side over to Klang side. So this is actually the intermediate connection in between the Federal Highway, the Elite Highway and NKVE itself. So that's one of the main benefits. And for commercial support, I think you can actually stop by Glenmarie, go over to the stadium side, go over to the hypermarket. There's still a lot in proximity, but just that it's not within walking distance. And I guess that's all for the site. It's now time for Sean's take 3 on 3. So right behind us will be the intersection from the site over to Glenmarie itself, and you can see the ongoing LRT3 construction work. So that's very, very exciting. And that will further boost the location. And let's go on. So the 3 things I like, number 1 would be a very strategic allocation of budget, because let's face it, this is not a product that is super high-end or high-end, right? So this is within the affordability range. Therefore, the developer kind of strategized on a budget allocation. They arranged the construction method in a way where the residential tower is isolated from the car park structure, and on top of that will be the facilities deck. And they really pumped up the density per floor plate in order to save costs, but they allocated all onto the experience of the customer, which is right from the entrance itself. You go into the tunnel and you're accompanied by the water stream into the lobby. Then on the facilities deck, they walk across the pool into the sunken deck. Is going to be so amazing. And based on their reputation on their previous projects, their decoration and theming works are really, really nice. And because of that, point number 2 is the value for money. For 400 over 1,000, you get a 3-bedroom unit with great facilities. Of course, the interior is not the most spacious one, right? But for the customer experience, along with the price that you're paying, right, not bad. And the last thing will be the connections to main addresses. In a junction away, you are in Glenmarie, then you are very close to Subang Jaya already. Then you can head on to Setia Alam, because this is in between several main highways as mentioned. Elite Highway, NKVE Highway, Federal Highway. Well, LRT3 also if you want to count. Well, also KTM if you want to consider. And because of that, the road right next to the project is really, really busy, because there will be a lot of population traveling in between addresses. So for the 3 main things, I decided to come into the car because the traffic and action is really just too noisy, right? And that will be point number 1. The traffic situation here because of the infrastructure work. The current road here in between highways are still controlled using traffic light. Therefore, there will be a lot of waiting, hence congestion happen. So if you want to go to Setia Alam, if you want to go to Subang, if you want to go anywhere else, you will need to go through this road. And there might be a potential issue of noise as well, because the project is located right at the junction itself. Then point number 2 will be the uncertainty around that piece of land. Currently, it's still like a hidden piece of land that nobody discovered, right? Don't know why, like suddenly you have from a distance all high rises, but then a street away, why there's this green piece of land in between highways that people didn't notice. So the uncertainty here is about the views, right? I will not know what will be next to the project. Maybe my amazing skyline will be blocked by an adjacent tower. Nobody knows. So will it be overdeveloped where everybody starts coming in after this project? Don't know. So is it going to be empty still around until we get the key? So it's pretty peaceful there. Don't know. So Dian 2 will be the earliest tower within that area itself lah. The last thing will be the density per floor plate. Right, so when you have 20 over units, yes, it's very effective. It means that the construction cost can be really controlled because the corridor is shared between so many users ma. So the price offered to the customers will be more competitive, and they try to curb that by having 6 lifts servicing all of them. But the experience is just going to be crowded every day. Like, you need to go through so many houses before you reach your unit. Just imagine you stay at the corner lot, right? So privacy will be a concern. However, the benefit of this design format again is still to greatly push down selling price. So which one would you want then? And I think that's all for this episode. Shout out to the team again for having me after visiting Tuan and Legacy. This is their next project and it's still the same team, which is exciting. So thank you very much for watching. If you really like this episode, like it, share it, and even subscribe for more information like this. Until next time, this is Sean Tan. Ciao.